Hey, welcome to another Ozzstar's Today's Fun Project. I'm Glenn, and today we're not going to be fixing anything, but I did want to show you guys this cool tool that buffbrite.com sent me. So anyhow, I was out at SEMA, which is an automotive trade show, and I've got all kinds of cool products and stuff for cars, everything for cars, if you're not familiar with it. It was this past early November, and I ran into the owner of Buff Brite, and he calls his tool the flamethrower. So it was kind of by accident, the way I met the guy. His name's Tom. I actually was walking towards the Milwaukee booth, the Milwaukee tool booth. I wanted to go check out and see what their latest and greatest was. And I noticed a guy with a buffer, a Milwaukee buffer, polishing, doing a demonstration. And he had one of these on the tool. Right now it's not on, but get ready, put on your sunglasses. There you go. It's pretty bright, and hopefully you didn't get a seizure from that one. Anyway, there's a little on-off button right here, and there's some USB ports to charge this light, and it has an aluminum bracket. Anyway, I ran into Tom while he was showing this guy, I guess he has a detail supply place, and he was using it, and I was like, man, tell me more about that. So what I'm gonna do in this video is I had Tom do a little 2-minute spiel on what his tool is, what it does. And anyhow, he's kind enough to send me a set. There's 2 of them. They mount to the side of your polisher, or the other really great thing is for mechanics, when you're using a grinder and you're up in a dark, tight crevice and you can't really see, well, this thing just like lights it right up. So it works fantastic for grinders, cut off tools, anything that has a side post. So if you've got a side post where you can put a handle on, you actually mount this, and I'm going to show you that on the bench right here. But anyway, so that's what it does, and we'll demonstrate it a little bit. I'll let Tom tell you more about it, and we'll get to the next step.
Tom from Buff Brite here. Wanted to show you our little invention that we've got. It's been on the market about 6 months. It's all over the world. People love it. Got an 800 lumen light. This is our dual flamethrower. You can get it in a single or a double. 800 lumens, 400 lumens. Or we've got a strobe mode that helps find those extra little swirls when you're going for that really perfect look. You get them both fired up, and you're talking down here, when you get down on the side of a car, where it's really hard to light things up, you've got extreme lighting. And it's a cross-cut light. It's a 7800 Kelvin, nice blue, so it doesn't overwhelm your eyes. If you're using a 95 or something like some of the others do, for a sunlight and things, it's too much. The reflection blinds you. It's like then you can't see. It's like looking at a welder. Anti-vibrational dampener used on the F-16s, so it will not vibrate while you're using it. 8 to 10 hour battery life, lithium ion, rechargeable, USB and micro USB. We have a rubber protector here, acts as a kickstand. You can actually set it down on the hood, will not scratch. One other thing that's really nice about it, you can pull this out to recharge it at night. Actually hang your buffer up like a hook. So it makes a very nice, convenient way to store your polisher and not have any issues. It fits any polisher on the planet. It'll fit anything you got out there. Another thing that it'll do, it works excellent for the body shop and the mechanical industry. So it also fits grinders, cutoff wheels, anything with a side post that we can get a bolt into, we can adapt it to, and the kit comes with everything to get it on there. So if you're working up in a wheel well and it's really hard to get lighting, now rather than fighting with a headlamp or a drop light, you've got that light right on the end of your grinder or your cutoff wheel. There's no more convenient spot in the world than to have your light right out in front of you, right in your workspace. You put lights behind you, now you've got shadowing. You put your head in front of something, you're getting in a shadow. You're not going to see what you need to repair. You're not going to see what you need to correct. By having that light right where it's most conveniently mounted and going to help you the most, that's your best spot to be with. And check us out on Instagram at buffbriteproducts.com or on Facebook at Buff Brite Industries. And check out some of our postings. You can also go to buffbrite.com and look us up, or email me, Tom at buffbrite.com.
Let me show you what comes in the kit here when you buy one of these. So I think I showed you the USB port earlier for charging. It comes with a little cord, so you can use any type of regular standard USB, the mini or the large one. And if you have one of those kind that plug into the wall outlet that transform it down to what you need here, you can use that too. So you don't have to see that though, because it comes with a little rubber cap, which is nice. I don't know, you can see this Porter cable one here, and the cap is right on the end. So if you do happen to set it down, it's like a kickstand, but it'll also protect the paint so that you don't bump it, and that little cap just goes right on, and once the cap's on, you can just push that to turn the turn the light on and off. So that's simple enough. Comes with an Allen wrench for your 2 bolts. So we got the 2 bolts here. One's a smaller one, that's an M8 by 1.25, and then the larger bolt here is an M10 by 1.5, and they're both hex. And like I say, it comes with the Allen to tighten them up. Comes with a couple of these star washers. Oops, that they grip pretty good once they're tightened down. And then you've got 2 spacers. So when I put this on the buffer, I'll show you, what those do and how it works. Basically, you're just sliding the bolt through to space it out if you need more or less threads as you bolt it right into the tool. Let me show you on this Milwaukee grinder I have here. So we're gonna install one on here. So here's your handle that you normally thread that into, and we'll put one on this side. Now you can mount both, one on this side and one on this side. I don't, like on my polisher, I don't use a handle. So you could get both going, which would be like this basically, and throw out tons of light, and you just hold it there and do your thing. But anyway, let me show you real quick how we'll do this now. Something I did do, I checked this out earlier on. This, even though this Milwaukee grinder is new, I bought it years ago. I got a sweet deal on it, so I've had it ever since, and I've never used it but maybe one time. Tom was telling me that the newer tools all have metric, basically. This threaded part is metric on the side. Now this one, since it's over 4 years old, this 2019, this is standard. So what I did was I had it around a 1-inch, just a regular hex bolt. I mean, it's not a big deal. You can use a hex, whatever works. It's a 5/16 by 18 is what this thread pitch is. So I've got the 5/16 hex bolt right here, and I've got the small star washer. There's 2 small star washers and 1 larger one. I think you can see the difference. Anyway, I'm just going to slide that in. Then we're going to use the small spacer. So we'll put that on. Then I'll use another small star washer, and we'll thread that right on here. So that goes, right in there, no biggie. We'll grab a wrench, and I'll just tighten that down. I want to make sure this is really snug. These star washers tend to hold it in place really well once you get them torqued down. I've got my 1/2-inch wrench to tighten this down. Of course, if you were using the metric bolts, you can just use the Allen or hex key, whatever you want to call it. And Tom tells me the best way to mount these is with this straight up like this, the way I've got it here. Not, some guys want to mount them forward. So I guess when you have them up, the higher you have it, the better the light is going to scatter for you. So let me snug this down, and then we'll give it a little demonstration. So anyway, and another thing is that I noticed these, I don't know if I mentioned it, but these lights, they rotate, so you can aim it. Now I put a little bit of spray lubricant right in here, just gave it a little right around that, and these things spin really nice. And the other thing is you can just pop them right out much easier when you need to go take this in to charge it. I mean, of course you could do it right here on the bench, but why bother? Anyway, they spin much easier that way. So I've got it forward, turn it on, and let's give it a try. Let's see how it works. So that's on high. Let me get my hand out of the way. You can see I'm only about 1.5 feet off the ground, and I probably have at least a 2-foot wide circular light. So if you're working on the side of the car, I mean, that's really going to highlight whatever you need to see, especially if you're polishing. But here's the dim. It's a little bit less. And then you put on the strobe effect. And if you don't get a seizure, at least you can invite a few girls over, have a little dance party. So that always works. But anyway, as long as you're a single guy, of course. So we're going to pretend we're in the, I got a flashlight here, just a handheld, and I want to show the difference. So hopefully you can see my shadow. Anyway, we're going to pretend we're in a dark, gloomy dungeon of engine blocks and old brake drums. And I'm just going to grind on this. I got my grinder right here. But you can see if I had to set the flashlight down, obviously you can't see much on top. So that's not good. Let me shut that off. Let me turn on the flamethrower, which, I've only got one on here. You could use 2. And you can see how nice this is, and everything that's out in front of the blade right here, I can see. So as I'm down here working, it's not a problem. Let me give it a shot. Of course, I'm gonna stick my safety glasses on real quick. Let's do that. All right, here we go. Get that line down. So anyway, you can see how nice it is. I can see everything I'm doing out here, and if it was a buffer, it'd be the same thing. And then it's so easy just to move your light wherever you need it. It's a fantastic tool. I'm really liking it. Okay, so we're standing next to my Corvette here. We're on the driver's side behind the left front wheel, and I wanted to show you, if you have a work light, everything's coming from behind. Even with the grinder, I mean, it's going to leave shadows from the tool or your hands or whatever, your body. So the nice thing about this thing is it's going to put all that light in front of your working area, just like when we did the grinder demonstration. So anyway, you're probably not going to see it on camera, but now that I'm looking, I see all kinds of little micro swirl scratches in here. But that's all right. Gary Dean from Infinite Use Detail Juice is supposed to give me a visit next month. That'll be cool. And hopefully we'll do a collaboration video on some professional detailing, and I'm looking forward to that. But anyhow, back to the light here, you can definitely see what you're doing, and you don't have to keep picking up a light to stop, check your work, go back, or you could wear a headlamp. That's kind of, that could get annoying a little bit after a while. And this thing's it's worked great. I'm not going to polish now. It's too cold out here. I think it's like 35 degrees in the shop. Well, there you go, the flamethrower by Buff Brite. Buff Brite, yeah, Buff Brite. There you go, I'll get it. That's a tongue twister. Anyway, I think it's a fantastic tool. Tom lives, I guess he's out in Iowa, so, supporting a small business, that's great. I'm not a paid sponsor. I didn't get paid to do this video. Like some of my other tool videos, I just, hopefully it'll help somebody out there to make your life a little bit easier. And definitely if you're working up under a car, you got a grinder, cut off wheel, this thing might save the day. Definitely keeps the shadows out of the way. Detailers, I don't know how they do it without it, to be honest. So it's fantastic to me, so that's why I thought I'd show it to you guys. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll stop rambling now. So you do what you gotta do down below, comments, questions. I'll leave a link to this product in the description down below. Facebook is Ozzstar. Instagram's Ozzstar1. I'm seeing my breath is getting colder out here. I think it's a warm 19 today instead of 9. So anyway, let me go inside. I'm thinking about hot chocolate harder or more than I am cold beer. So it's cold. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Take it easy.